is 32, rate negative 43. Copy.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome here to the launch pad. You are looking at two live views from the International Space Station as we are now just 1 hour away from the scheduled docking time of Soyuz, carrying the MS-25 crew to the International Space Station. On board is one Russian cosmonaut, one Belarusian astronaut, and a NASA astronaut heading up to the International Space Station. We are counting down now to the ISS docking, but also hatch opening, when we will see this crew of three join the crew on board with hatch opening and a welcome ceremony. If it's your first time here, though, welcome. My name's Zach. I'm the founder and host here at the launch pad. And here at TLP, it's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow, because we believe that space is better together, and we're glad to have you joining us here live this morning. If you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that like button, share out the stream, invite people to join us as we can continue to count down to these two milestones here today. As I said, docking is scheduled for 11:09 a.m. Eastern Time. We're just under an hour from now. We are expecting NASA and Roscosmos to go live momentarily with live views of docking, so we'll be patching them in the moment that we have them. And then we have hatch opening scheduled for 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time, with live coverage from NASA and Roscosmos beginning about 30 minutes prior to that. But we'll be staying live in between the two events, listening in to the ISS Mission Control ground net. We do have that patched in now, so we are hearing updates as the Soyuz approaches the International Space Station. If you guys have questions, you can send those in the chat by tagging us at the Launchpad. We'll work on answering those live to the best of our ability throughout today's stream. If you're just joining us, though, welcome. You're looking at two live views from onboard the International Space Station. One, we are in the dark past, but we're coming up to the sunrise and the sun line, Terminator line, which will give us a much brighter view of the ISS and those dragons that are currently docked the station. And shortly we should have a live view of Soyuz as it approaches its final rendezvous and docking. The Soyuz will navigate through all the similar waypoints that we see Dragon navigate through as it approaches the International Space Station. We'll be listening in for those commands and go no goes for it to approach the approach ellipsoid, enter the approach ellipsoid, and the keep out sphere keeps the International Space Station safe. Once they enter those spheres, they are in an area where if they have any loss of power, they will be too close that they will not be on a free drift trajectory. So it is a big milestone when they get that go to enter the keep out sphere, as they are entering that safe zone around the International Space Station. So always something to watch closely there. NASA is getting ready to begin their live coverage, so we'll work on patching them in as we continue to count. You can see there the sunlight coming up on the surface of the Earth, giving us a much brighter view. We are currently over the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but we should see that view on the right side of your screen brighten up here in the next couple of minutes, revealing those dragons currently attached to the International Space Station. We're counting down to a number of big launches also happening this week. The biggest of them all, the final launch of Delta IV Heavy. ULA is targeting Thursday, March 28th at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time for the final launch of the Delta IV Heavy rocket from Slick 37B at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. We hope you will join us live for our full live countdown to launch coverage of that. We also will be following as the Soyuz crew comes home in early April, so we'll be following along on that journey as well. If you never want to miss another live launch coverage, docking, undocking, or return to Earth, make sure you take a moment, engage that subscribe button so you never miss those events. Also, make sure you join us over on the TLP Discord. That's where our community hangs out in between streams, and we would love to see you in there. We answer your guys' comments and questions as often as we can as we continue to monitor the International Space Station, now just 56 minutes away from scheduled docking time of the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft. This can fluctuate as Soyuz approaches the International Space Station. Can go a few minutes early, or they can delay and take a little bit longer. So we'll be listening in to the International Space Station for updates as they prepare for rendezvous and docking. You can keep sending in those questions in the chat by tagging us at the Launchpad, and we'll work on answering those live. But stay with us right here on the Launchpad as we count down to final rendezvous, docking, hatch opening, and welcome ceremony of Soyuz MS-25 at the ISS.
TV is now on. Transmission button is released. Copy. And range 18.5, range rate negative 28. Continue monitoring the approach and at the 15-kilometer range monitor the short course test and the roll maneuver.
Good morning from International Space Station Flight Control Room as 3 crew members aboard the Soyuz MS-25 are in the home stretch of a 2-day journey to reach their destination, the International Space Station. Welcome to our coverage of the rendezvous and docking of Soyuz MS-25 to the International Outpost, a journey that began with a launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan 2 days ago. Here in Mission Control in Houston, the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers on console at this hour, led by Flight Director Diane Daly. She is joined on console at this hour by Spacecraft Communicator Costa Mavridis, who's talking to the Expedition 70 crew aboard the International Space Station. To his right is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Aki Hoshide, who is a Soyuz veteran, there to lend a second set of eyes and ears on Soyuz operations in the final phase of today's rendezvous that will bring to the International Space Station the Soyuz crew, led by NASA's Tracy Dyson, along with Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky and Belarus spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya. The journey of Dyson, Novitsky, and Vasilevskaya began on Saturday from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, 2 days behind schedule, after an initial launch attempt on Thursday resulted in a last-second launch abort because of a low voltage reading in the first stage electrical system of the Soyuz 2.1A booster. Batteries in the first stage were replaced, and on Saturday the journey did begin on time at 7:36 a.m. Central Time, 5:36 p.m. Baikonur time, with a flawless liftoff from Pad 6 at Site 31 at the Cosmodrome. The Soyuz booster arced out over the northeast to an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. 8 minutes and 46 seconds after launch, the Soyuz spacecraft itself, with the crew on board, separated from the third or upper stage of the Soyuz booster, and the chase began to reach the International Space Station. The orbital mechanics of the positioning of the International Space Station on Saturday relative to the Soyuz launch resulted in a 2-day rendezvous rather than the most recent type of rendezvous that the Russians prefer, that being a 2-orbit rendezvous. But in the 2 days that have following this launch from Baikonur, all of the rendezvous burns to have the Soyuz match the altitude of the International Space Station, and then this morning close in to the vicinity of the space station itself. All of those burns did perform perfectly, and at this hour the Soyuz is about 10 kilometers away from the station, closing at a rate of about 12 meters per second, right on course and right on time for a docking that is scheduled just 51 minutes from now at 10:09 a.m. Central Time, 11:09 a.m. Eastern Time. Today's operations are being overseen by Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow in the town of Korolyov. You're looking at a view from the balcony in the cavernous International Space Station Flight Control Room in Korolyov. They are in charge of all of the Soyuz operations and the communications with the crew on board the Soyuz from now through docking, that again is scheduled about 50 minutes from now. About 15 minutes from now, Flight Director Diane Daly here in the Mission Control Room in Houston will go around the room and take a poll of her flight controllers to get a go, no-go for docking. 10 minutes later, the fly-around of the Soyuz in the vicinity of the International Space Station will begin. This will be about a 51-degree fly around of the International Outpost to precisely align the Soyuz and its forward docking probe with the Prishal node module. That is the port of call today for Soyuz and its 3 occupants. The Prishal module is on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Once contact and capture, a period of relative motion will dampen out between the 2 vehicles before hooks are closed on both sides of the docking interface, first the Soyuz, then the Prishal hooks, to form a hard mate between the 2 vehicles. A series of leak checks will ensue on both sides of the docking interface, with hatches scheduled to open at around 12:40 p.m. Central Time this afternoon, 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time. That will allow Dyson, Novitsky, and Vasilevskaya to float aboard the International Space Station, and for Dyson to begin a 6-month mission on the orbital outpost. Once the hatches are open this afternoon, there'll be a brief opportunity for some welcoming remarks by the crew as they talk to dignitaries who will be gathered in the balcony at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov. There'll also be words from spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control up to Tracy Dyson. The Expedition 70 crew, as you see from left to right, includes...
We hardly copy you, Moscow.
And the Expedition 70 crew, which will transition to Expedition 71 in about 12 days, includes Alexander Grabenkin of Roscosmos, Tracy Dyson, Mike Barrett, Nikolai Chub, Matt Dominic. The station commander is Oleg Kononenko, and NASA astronaut Jeanette Epps. Laurel O'Hara, who is not pictured here with the Expedition 71 crew, is because she will be departing on April 6th with Oleg Novitsky and Marina Vasilevskaya. Novitsky and Vasilevskaya basically are a taxi crew. Vasilevskaya is flying under an intergovernmental agreement between Roscosmos and Belarus to conduct experiments on behalf of Belarus researchers. On April 6th, they will depart in the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft that is attached to the Rosviet module on the space-facing side, also on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. O'Hara will be departing on April 6th with them, and they will be heading for a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan on April 6th. For O'Hara, it will be the completion of a 204-day mission aboard the International Space Station. Novitsky and Vasilevskaya will have spent 12 days in space. Novitsky began the mission to the International Space Station on Saturday. On this, his 4th flight into space, already having accrued 531 days in space, which is now 533 days of an aggregate total. We're about 21 minutes away from the fly around by the Soyuz of the International Space Station. Again, this will be about a 51-degree fly around to precisely align the Soyuz with the docking port on the Prishal module, the node module that is attached to the multi-purpose laboratory module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station.
Station Moscow,
We have
Station
the
1
closed
for Nikolai regarding
transmitter
the
now.
recording activation.
This is the view of the control panel in the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft, a brief view of some of the telemetry that Novitsky, Dyson, and Vasilevskaya are looking at in the descent module of the three-section Soyuz spacecraft. Novitsky is Soyuz commander, flying under the call sign of Kazbeki, which is named after a mountain range in Russia. He is in the center seat of the descent module, flanked to his right by Dyson and to his left by Vasilevskaya.
Range is now 7 kilometers.
Soyuz is 7 kilometers away from the International Space Station, closing in perfect fashion right now for what is expected to be an on-time docking about 43 minutes from now. A short time ago, the Corps' automated rendezvous system on both the Soyuz, which is the active system, and on the Zvezda service module, which is the passive system. This is the automated rendezvous system, basically radio beacon capability that bounces signals back and forth to update the Soyuz computers with the best navigational data that is available on the range of the Soyuz to its destination on the Prishal module and the rate of closure. All of those tests went by the books. The Corps' automated system is what will guide the Soyuz for an automated docking to the Prishal module. If in the unlikely event there's a problem with Corps, it will fault over to Novitsky, who will fly the Soyuz in manually for a docking. But so far the Corps is hanging in good shape, as it usually does, with no issues being reported. All of the other Soyuz systems are in perfect shape.
Moscow ISS, the recording is on. Copy, thank you.
Range is 6 kilometers, range rate -9.
You are continuing to hear the updates from the interpreter who is speaking, listening to the Russian flight controllers in Korolev, updating Novitsky and his crewmates on their distance from the International Space Station and rate of closure, as they are now within 9 kilometers of the Prishal module for a link-up that is scheduled for 10:09 a.m. Central Time, 11:09 a.m. Eastern Time. Once again, after the docking is completed and we have a hard mate, the crews on both sides of the docking interface will conduct the leak checks before the small passageway or vestibule between Soyuz and Prishal is pressurized. That will be the precursor to the opening of the hatches between the two vehicles, allowing Dyson, Novitsky, and Vasilevskaya to float aboard the International Space Station. Dyson will remain on board the station until September, when she returns home on Soyuz MS-25 with Oleg Kononenko and Nikolai Chub, who will be wrapping up a year-long mission on the orbital complex.
Station Moscow Space to ground 1
-8 and
RS-1
7 is rate and range is 800 copy.
Go ahead.
Standing by for the parameters from the distance of
Alex.
2.5 kilometers. Copy.
Command radio link is active. Please perform step 2.2 in message 306. Copy.
Again, this view of some of the telemetry on the onboard displays on the Soyuz MS-25.
Negative 8.7.
The Soyuz closing at a rate of about 8.7 meters per second, right on the money.
Visual of the ISS.
And the Soyuz crew now reporting it can see the International Space Station out its windows.
Very poor comm. Standing by for the maneuver, and we didn't hear the end of the statement. Yes. Monitor the direction in which the station is. And yes, we're standing by for the burn.
Are you seeing the screen number 4?
4 kilometers range.
Yes, we're seeing the screen.
Range rate, negative 8.
We are fine with it at this point, and hopefully you are fine with it too. Yes, I am fine. Just wanted to make sure it is okay for you. Yes, thank you.
The International Space Station and Soyuz currently flying 260 miles above the Earth, passing over Brazil just to the west of Sao Paulo, moving from southwest to northeast at an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. We're about 37 minutes away from the Soyuz docking to the Prishal module, which is on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. And this view at the very right-hand side of your screen shows the multi-hatched bulbous Prishal node module. That is the port of call for the Soyuz MS-25. That's the docking port to which the Soyuz will link up to about 36.5 minutes from now.
Range 3300. Range rate, negative 8.5. Copy.
Kilometers,
3 kilometers, negative 8.4 is the rate.
3 kilometers now separating Soyuz from the station, closing at a rate of 8 meters per second. During the terminal phase of the approach for contact and capture, the rate of closure for the Soyuz spacecraft will slow to a very, very, very glacial 1/10 of a meter per second.
Station Chief and Officer on 1 for Jeanette and TWD. Hey Jeanette, just want to let you guys know TWD is going to be unavailable for about
Maneuver in progress.
10 minutes now. So you guys want to pull up.
Copy, we're monitoring.
I suggest you guys do it too. We will be taking it offline in 5 minutes from now, and it will be down for 2 hours. Sorry, correction, 15 minutes, my mistake.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're continuing to see views from external cameras on the International Space Station. And there's our first view of the Soyuz MS-25. as the station and the Soyuz pass off the north coast of South America. by the Soyuz. Has maneuvered into the docking orientation. All systems are in great shape to receive the Soyuz MS-25. That should have been the final mid-course correction burn.
Range rate minus 1.6 and closing.
1.5 meters per second is the closure rate.
Дальность 500, скорость минус 1.
500 meters, range rate minus 1.6.
Дальность 460.
Range 460. Range rate negative 1.5 and closing.
Дальность 420.
420 meter, the range rate negative minus 1.4 closing. Copy.
And this view from the external cross-haired engineering camera on the Soyuz MS-25, a great view of the International Space Station. The Soyuz now has begun its fly-around of the station. You can see in the lower left-hand corner, the two values at the very bottom are the distance, 375, 374 meters, separating Soyuz from the station, and the closure rate of 1.1 meters per second.
Дальность 360.
360 meters. Negative 0.9 is the range rate. Copy.
Soyuz and its three passengers, Oleg Novitsky, the Soyuz commander, NASA's Tracy Dyson, and Belarus spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya on course, on time, for an expected docking about 23.5 minutes from now. We've passed out of range between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll regain that downlink video capability a short time from now.
Дальность 300, скорость
300 meters.
And we're now back with our downlink television from the space station, looking square on to the Soyuz MS-25. The station and the Soyuz flying 260 statute miles over Morocco, just south of Casablanca.
Дальность
280 meters separating the two vehicles. The fly-around is continuing, closing at a rate of 0.6 of a meter per second.
260.
Range 260, rate 0.5.
And back with a view of the Soyuz from external cameras on the International Space Station. The fly around of about 51 degrees underway. If required, there'll be a very brief period of station keeping where the Soyuz will halt its approach to the station, allowing a brief period of analysis by the Russian flight controllers in Korolyov before the command is given to press ahead for final approach, contact, and capture.
140, rate 0.35 and closing. Copy. Range 230, rate 0.24 and closing. Copy.
Station Houston on safety ground 1 for shutters and PWD last call.
Так, курс перешел в причал. Олег, также
Курс
контролируйте загорание
причал.
транспаранта К-15.
Monitor parameters in advance.
Подтверждаю, курс перешел в причал.
Yes.
К-15 пока
Курс
не горит.
причал.
217, скорость
Range
25
217. Range rate 0.17 and closing.
Soyuz right on the money during its fly around.
К-15 причал. Executed. Roll maneuver.
Олег, ожидаем за
Oleg, stand by for Zavcon.
Принял, ожидаем завкон.
Copy. Standing by for Zavcon.
Aboard that vehicle you're looking at, the Soyuz MS-25, NASA's Tracy Dyson, Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky, and Marina Vasilevskaya, about 19 minutes away from reaching their destination following what so far has been a flawless two-day journey since their launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan on Saturday.
Monitor Bruce and turn on Parus.
Вас понял.
Copy.
Так, есть завкон.
Zavcon confirmed.
Включаем подсветку ВСК.
Turning on VSK backlight. Copy.
And at a range of about 175 meters, the Soyuz now has begun a very, very brief period of station keeping.
Включаем фару.
Turning floodlights on.
Так, фара включена.
Floodlight is on. Copy.
Причал с форматом движения.
Oleg, and you can send reach out command, final approach command from the rendezvous screen. Copy. I'm setting up the screen.
And the command has been issued to initiate final approach. All of the Soyuz systems in excellent shape. This again is an automated approach. Soyuz being guided into the Prishal node module under the guidance of the Core's automated rendezvous system. Soyuz and the station flying over northern Italy, about to cross the Adriatic Sea.
Gathering screen is set.
Можно выдавать
Copy.
формата сближения?
Can I send command from the Rendezvous display 175234. Pre-chow or final approach command is sent. Copy. Depot firing confirmed. Gaining.
Принято. Контролируйте процесс
Copy.
причаливания.
Monitor the final approach process.
И можно развернуть ИКУ на весь экран.
Final approach underway. The Soyuz flying over the mountainous terrain of Croatia.
Copy. Range 170, range
170 meters separating from Soyuz from the Prishal node module. Everything in order. If we proceed as planned, currently on final approach, we should be docking a few minutes early.
Range 145, range rate 0.8. The docking port is in the center. Copy.
Как меня слышно?
All copy.
This view from the Soyuz, now over Russian ground stations. From the external cross-haired engineering camera, the distance in the lower left-hand corner, you see at about 125 meters, closing at a rate of about 0.6 of a meter per second. Looking down the barrel of the Prishal node module.
Target is in the center. Angular size matches the range. Range 100, range rate 0.53. The target is by 0.5 degrees to the right.
100 meters separating Soyuz from the station. Everything is nominal. Soyuz operating flawlessly. The station systems in good shape, ready to accept the arrival of the new crew.
0.4 and closing. The target is in the middle, in the center. Range 82, range rate 0.4. A target is practically in the center.
Course is operating perfectly. The docking target almost in the middle of those crosshairs. It will align so that the docking target just below the docking port itself should be in the center of those crosshairs. 70 meters now separating Soyuz and Prishal.
Range rate 0.35 and closing. Angular size matches the range. Range 61 meters. The range rate is negative 0.27. The target is inaudible.
If you're just joining us, you're looking at video from the Soyuz MS-25 as it is now on final approach for a docking to the Prishal node module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Just 50 meters separating Soyuz from Prishal, with NASA astronaut Tracy Dyson, Soyuz commander Oleg Novitsky of Roscosmos, and spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya of Belarus just minutes away from arriving at the International Space Station.
The display is selected. All LEDs are illuminated. Ready for the station keeping command. Range. The target is in the center. Crosshairs aligned. Range is 30. Target is in the center.
Less than 30 meters separating Soyuz from the station. The Soyuz with one final refinement of its alignment for the docking target that you see just below the crosshairs.
Range is now 20 meters. Target is in the center. Crosshairs are aligned. We have the AR parameter. Copy.
Less than 20 meters now separating the two vehicles. All of the systems in good shape.
Target
edging in at a rate of 1/10 of a meter per second.
half degree lower. Crosshairs are aligned. Target is to the right, half a degree, and the crosshairs are aligned. Range is 10 meters. Crosshairs are aligned.
Less than 10 meters separating Soyuz from the station. Good range, good rate of closure. Standing by for contact and capture.
6 meters. Target is in the center. Crosshairs are aligned. Мишень практически в центре. Так, ожидаем касания.
Standing by for contact.
Касание, индикатор жениха, един сцепка есть.
And we have contact and we have capture.
Capture confirmed.
Docking confirmed at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time, as Soyuz and the International Space Station flew 260 miles over central Kazakhstan. The Monday morning commute of Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitsky, and Marina Vasilevskaya successfully completed. And the docking probe on Soyuz has now begun to retract.
Отключаем фару С-18.
Deactivating the light.
Фара выключена.
Light is off, OFF, and closing the RPV-1 valve.
Вас понял.
Once again, Dyson, Novitsky, and Vasilevskaya have arrived at the International Space Station with a flawless docking at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time.
18:04:15 запущен разовый контроль отсеков.
And at 18:04:15, we started the automatic monitoring of
And if you're just joining us, welcome here to the launch pad. You were just seeing live views from the International Space Station, where Soyuz MS-25 has successfully docked to the International Space Station. We're continuing to listen in to the live mission to ground communications through Moscow and Houston, as we now, just about 2 minutes ago, had Soyuz successfully capture at the ISS. It's going to take a few more minutes for the rest of the hooks to drive to get hard capture of the spacecraft to the station, but 3 new astronauts/cosmonauts are now on board. We are 2 hours 34 minutes from the expected time of hatch opening, which will be followed by a welcome ceremony, and we hope that you will stay with us live as we continue to count down to those. We'll be listening in to the live mission to ground communications during that time. If you haven't yet, though, take a moment, engage that subscribe button so you never miss another live launch coverage, docking, undocking, or return to Earth. We are just over a week away from when the Soyuz MS-24 crew is expected to depart the International Space Station, and we will be bringing you full coverage of that as well. It has been a very busy month on board station, crew 7 leaving, crew 8 arriving, a cargo mission, and now a Soyuz handover halfway complete. If you also have questions, you can send those in the chat by tagging us at the Launchpad. We'll work on answering those live. Our teams are also monitoring the conditions down at Starbase, Texas, as SpaceX is closing the road and the beach in preparation for some sort of test today. So make sure you stay tuned and have those notification bells turned on to get the latest updates. Let's listen back in to Roscosmos and NASA Mission Control.
The docking probe has retracted, enabling the 2 docking interfaces between Soyuz and the station to be flush against one another. This will begin the initiation of the closing of the hooks. The hooks are now powered on, ready to clamp around one another. First, the Soyuz hooks will be closed, followed by the Prashal hooks to form a hard mate between the 2 vehicles.
Oleg. Perform the mating and... you mean I do not have to stand by for the time that's in RODF? That is correct. And S13 command, you have to send it one more time after the indicator is illuminated. Yes, I sent the Sierra 13 command one time already, and now indicator is illuminated. Yes, and now
station, space to ground 1.
Send the command again, S13, Sierra 13.
And now word received that the Soyuz hooks have closed.
And now
electrical connections between Soyuz and the station have been completed.
T17 and so on, the hooks opening. Yes, that is correct. The rest of commanding you can do exactly as per RODF. And you can give us the pressure readings again, please, every 5 minutes. Copy. No. 2 more seconds remaining.
Давление высота 824, в бытовом отсеке 801, в приборном 832.
The pressure in the descent module is 824, orbital module 801. In the instrumentation compartment, the pressure is 832. Copy.
The Prashal node module hooks now driving. They should be closed a moment or two from now.
And then 82. And next pressure measurement is in 10 minutes. Copy.
Moscow station on space to ground 1, how do you copy? Go ahead, have you loud and clear.
Inaudible.
Finally. Sergey, the hooks
now
are driving.
The D13 command.
Copy, hooks driving. You're seeing this on the node module
Latches extended.
Correct? Affirmative.
I have the indicator illuminated that latches are retracted.
And I see the indication of the hooks driving.
And
okay, copy.
D11,
please report when the hooks
retracted.
will be in the closed position per the indication. And what about operations per the
Yes, probe
RS-1
retracted
radiogram?
indicator is illuminated. And SSV pair indicator is
Oleg, you had a dropout.
Illuminated.
This is Nikolai. The question is about radiogram 9999. Do I have a go to perform closeout ops?
Transfer system indicator.
Affirmative. Copy in work. Sergey. The screen indication. Hooks are closed. Interface is closed. Transfer hatch cover closed. Copy. Thank you. So I am going
right
to
now you
close
can fill out the log on both
Got a message.
input
Attention.
panels.
A spacecraft has docked. Well, that's a good indication. Thank you.
This is Mission Control Houston, awaiting the final confirmation of the closure of the Prashal node module hooks. the Soyuz hooks already closed at the docking interface.
Пока ожидаем АКГ 15 минут. Только после этого продолжим.
Oleg, we need to stand by now for 15 minutes.
Ожидаем АКГ 15 минут, верно? Да, все верно. И потом работаем по...
You said stand by for 15 minutes. This is correct. Standing by for leak check.
This is Mission Control Houston. We now have confirmation that the Prashal node module hooks have closed, and so we have a hard mate between the newly arrived Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft and the Prashal node module of the International Space Station. Docking occurred at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time, bringing to a flawless close the two-day journey of NASA's Tracy Dyson, Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky of Roscosmos, and spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya of Belarus. They began their journey with their launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan on Saturday morning, a 34-orbit two-day journey that culminated with their link-up to the station following a perfect, flawless journey. All of the rendezvous burns were executed as planned, no issues on final approach. Again, docking occurring at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. With the hooks now having closed, the leak checks will commence on both sides of the docking interface by the Soyuz crew and the station crew before the hatches are scheduled to open around 2.5 hours from now. So with that, we'll wrap up our coverage for now and let you know that we'll be back on the air at 12:15 p.m. Central Time.
And if you're just joining us, welcome here to the launch pad. We've been following along as Soyuz MS-25 has successfully docked to the International Space Station about 12.5 minutes ago. We will be staying live, listening into the station-to-ground communications as the Soyuz MS-25 goes through its leak checks, and they prepare to go through the process of opening all of the hatches between Soyuz and the International Space Station. Hatch opening expected 2 hours, 23 minutes from now, with a full welcome ceremony for the Russian cosmonaut, Belarusian astronaut, and American astronaut to follow that, and we will, of course, bring you full coverage of that. If you haven't yet, take a moment, engage that like button, share out the stream, invite people to join us. You can send in your questions in the chat by tagging us at the launch pad, and stay with us as we continue to monitor MS-25's arrival at the International Space Station.
Moscow Station, Spacecraft 1. Go ahead.
Сергей, КВД УТК стоит.
Sergey. UTK pressure equalization valve is in electrical control. Copy. Thank you.
Inaudible.
Экипаж МКС по Москве в канале СГ-1.
Station, Moscow Spacecraft 1 for Oleg for RS1 Ops.
Экипаж МКС по Москве в канале.
Station, Moscow Spacecraft 1 for Oleg. Go ahead. Oleg.
Разборку схемы, да?
I'm not sure. Did I tell you to perform step 3? Set up teardown. Negative. Do we have a go for step 3? Yes. You have a go. And please downlink photographs via ISS if there are any photographs. Will do. Thank you.
Moscow, this is Kazbeki. The pressure measurement results are in the descent module 824, in the orbital module 801, in the instrumentation compartment 832. Copy. Now work per page 83. Copy in work.
Moscow Station, Spacecraft 1. Go ahead.
И на 6С папка по номеру радиограмме 4 девятки. Там лежат файлы, которые...
On the chassis there is a folder with the name 9999 containing the requested photographs. Copy, thank you. So are we go to return the initial config post docking?
Минуточку. Можно?
Stand by one.
Ожидаем инструкцию выключения после сцепки.
Alec, we are standing by for the procedure for deactivation after mechanical capture.
Николай, мы пока ждем.
Nikolai,
С корабля
we are still
после стыковки.
waiting for the electrical connections with the vehicle. After that, we will switch to
Yes,
the
go ahead.
post-dock config. Okay, I'll
Alec,
be standing by for your go.
monitor the procedure for deactivation after capture.
Принято. И транспарант И1 горит.
Yes, the command has gone through. Repress indicator is off or FF, and I sent the command E1 dynamic mode inhibit.
Далее можно переходить на МБС.
Copy that, and now you can go to the intermodule com MBS. Copy that and work.
Всю пасту Казбеку. На связи, как слышно.
Moscow, Kazbek.
How do you read me now?
Moscow, Kazbek.
Kazbeki, how do you read me now?
Всю пасту как принимаете?
Moscow, how do you copy?
Вот, сейчас да.
Are you able to hear me? Yes. Okay, so now we are on the, we have made the COM connections, now we can make the electrical connections. Copy, transitioning to station power.
Олег, нам надо будет выполнить далее, потом
Alec,
цеповки КОМ.
following this, please perform steps in the block mating to the COM. Copy.
Так, выбор команды P5, P7, P1.
P5, P7, and P1 commands send. Now sending command D1 transition to station power.
Олег, повтори, пожалуйста.
Alec, please repeat.
Выдаю команду при стыковке КОМ.
Sending the D1 command in the frame block, mating to the OM. Affirmative. Press send the command 2 times. Copy. Send. I did send the command twice. The indicator is on. Copy. Continue steps on this page. Copy. Translating to the orbital module, and I will be calling from the orbital module. Copy.
экипаж МКС по Москве, устанавливаю Г1.
Station, Moscow, space to ground 1, for Nikolai for config. Go ahead.
Так, Николай, можно приступать.
Nikolai, you have a go
После стыковки.
for post-docking config. Inaudible. In work.
Что это было?
What was that? Okay.
We are transferring to VO.
Отключить ведерки. Они не включались. Да.
Should I deactivate it? We did not actually activate those.
Так, ну что, шума воздуха не слышим, открываем.
So there is no noise of sound Russian, so we are opening the hatch. Hooray.
Может, его указку туда, да, спасибо. Да.
Yeah, can you please put the pointer there, okay? FE3, Moscow, MCC Moscow.
Третий, посмотри, пожалуйста.
Go ahead.
Да.
Could you please check that push to talk buttons are all released?
Да. Да.
Yes, they all are released.
И также клавиша передачи должна быть отжата.
And also the transmission key should be released. Yes, I confirm. All are released.
Передача должна быть отключена.
The transmission should be deactivated. Yes, it is deactivated.
А что-то идет сигнал, что ли?
So why are you asking? You know, we are receiving a lot of noise.
Ну, посмотрите, что там нет, серия.
Alright, could you please check the push to talk button, girls? Yes.
Я думала, что все, да, все, да,
Yes. Yeah, everything is released.
on our side. And the transmission as well. Transmission button. We double checked. Moscow. Oleg, you double checked? So they are not pressed, they all are released? Yes, the transmission button is also released. LEDs are not illuminated, and I would like to thank the support group once again for the smooth support. Copy, thank you. So I'm in BO now. This is Oleg. The valve is in the position closed. Copy. The purification cartridges are activated. KKS and KKT are closed. And we are closing the equalization valve. Cover there. We are opening the cover there. Correction. It is open. Marina, do you have LED illuminated? Yes. Excellent. So we are starting the timer. And we wait for 10 minutes.
Завершен разовый контроль давления.
Отлично.
Unintelligible control pressure. Excellent. Олег, so the BO cartridges are on, correct? The purification cartridges, yes, they are on. KKT is closed, KBD is open. The MV pressure was 820, copy, 820 millimeters. And we still have 9 minutes to stand by. Copy. Marin, please give me the tablet. Thank you.
Можно, да? Чуть-чуть.
Игнат, мы работаем по 84 странице.
Ignat, we're on page 84.
Да, все верно.
Yes, that's correct.
Хорошо.
Да,
Copy that.
если девушкам удобно там снимать скафандры, то можно.
You can actually start doffing the spacesuit if it's okay with the ladies there.
У них действия по переходу идут уже после.
Well, you know, these actions, are scheduled a little bit later, actually. It's not very convenient to do it right now.
Командир, можно расстегивать ремни?
Commander, can we unbuckle the straps?
Вы можете расстегнуть.
Yes, you can unbuckle them, but don't move anywhere. Okay. Ignat, I will go away from com for a minute, if you don't mind. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, I got you. Go.
Трейси там есть? 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 О, нет, нет, нет. Да. Хорошо. Огромное, да. Да? Болтик маленький. Этот. Положи, может, в деке 10 минут.
Press back, 10 minutes elapsed. Monitor the pressure on the pressure gauge. Copy.
О, очки, да.
Where are my glasses? Right here.
Это чем? Чехол. Да, чехол.
And this is the case. All right. We need to wait for 1 minute, but the pressure is stable. It's still 820. Copy. Yes, let's wait for 1 more minute. That's elapsed. Pressure did not change. It's stable. 820 even.
Закрываем КВД.
Closing KVD.
Принято.
Copy.
КВД закрыто.
KVD is closed. LED. Marina, is LED illuminated? No, no longer illuminated. Okay, open an RPV-1.
Раз, два, три.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Открыто РПВ-1.
RPV-1 is open.
Я отключаю блоки очистки СА основной резервной лагуны.
Okay, I am turning off the purification units 1 and 2, so prime and backup, on Bruce screen. Okay, R3 condensate, pump out the condensate in BO, and then the same in SR. And, okay, yes, and report when you'll be done with pumping out the condensate.
Хорошо.
Will do.
Трудно еще раз.
It's very hard yet.
Хорошо, наборно.
No, right now it's okay,
Сначала очень
but in the beginning
тяжело.
it was very difficult. Copy. One more time. No, let us wait until we'll be done with pumping them out the condensate, and then we'll turn off unit number 2. Okay?
Либо конденсат откачан.
Condensate is pumped out.
Так, КР3 конденсатор сам.
R3 as a condensate of
Скачаем.
Moscow. Condensate pumping out is complete. Copy.
Тогда выдаем команду Т2.
Then send K2 command.
Т2 выдано.
T2. Turning the fans off.
Олег,
Да.
надо еще.
Oleg?
Да, до...
We need more time because the timer has not expired.
Спасибо.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tracy.
Мы можем...
Да, можете выходить, уходить со связи и поднимайтесь наверх.
Can we go up? Yes, you can sign off and you can transfer up.
Москвы МКС.
Moscow station.
На связи. На связи. Игнат, ну что, можешь подождать, чтобы девушки поднялись сюда, а потом...
Ignat,
на первый.
I believe we shall wait until Marina and Tracy will come here.
Лучше параллельно.
Or would you like us to work in parallel? No, you better work in parallel.
Понял.
Okay, copy all.
Работать по 95.
So when they will start the transfer, I will start working on page 101. Affirmative. Yes, we can start with the interface leak checks. One thing, On the KGS display, there will be nobody to monitor KGS display after they will move.
Трейси, может быть, снимать скафандр пока.
Maybe Tracy should start doffing the suit?
Да.
Okay.
Марина пока пусть смотрит на КГС.
And Marina should be watching the KGS display. Okay, Marina, do you copy? Let Tracy egress. Hold on, she is signing back on. Marina, did you hear our exchange? No. She's already egressing the compartment. No, Tracy, you will be egressing first. Okay, I'll be the first. And Marina needs to stay. She needs to reconnect to the comm again.
Все, Марин, ты на связи, а Трейси первый выходит. Ты будешь помогать.
Ладно, поняла, хорошо.
Marina, Tracy will be stepping out first. You'll be helping me.
Принято. Открыт. Открываем КВД.
Opening KVD.
На 1 минуту.
KVD
Ждем минуту.
is open, standing by for 1 minute.
Station Moscow, Station Ground 1 for Alexander.
No issues with separation. The window matches the radiogram. Only for the vacuum unit, there is one difference. Everything else is matching, no issues.
Regarding the activity that I performed, everything is nominal, so the difference in numbers is 420 and 4,000, and I get the material, the data, and the files ready for the downlink. And I'm starting the charging. Copy that, Alexander. Thank you.
Так, минута вышла, закрываю КВД.
1 minute expired, closing KVD. KVD is closed, that's good.
Принято. И
Copy.
привязки ко времени. Первые показания.
And now, give us first measurement at the, tell us the time, 1852.
Давление по мановокуметру
Pressure on the pressure gauge is
820.
820.
Принято. И каждую минуту доклад.
Copy. Proceed with the recording every minute.
Принял.
Copy.
Все, Москва, сгодим для Александра по воздуху.
Moscow Station on Space Ground 1 for Alexander regarding воздух.
На связи взглядим по.
Go ahead on Space Ground 1 for воздух.
Ожидаем вас указания на переключение системы воздуха режим.
I'm standing by for your go to transition the воздух system to mode 4.
Да, есть добро, можно проводить 4-й режим.
Your go to transition it to mode 4.
Принял, разрешили 4-й режим.
Copy mode 4. I got a go from you.
Экипаж МКС по Москве.
Station Moscow on space to ground for Alexander.
Москва, сгодим. Сергей, кого вызывал? Не слышно.
Moscow Station on space to ground 1. Who did you call? I was calling you on space to ground 2.
Еще на станции можно работать в СГ-2.
Actually, the ISS crew can use space to ground 2.
Минута прошла. Олег, нужно использовать СГ-2 для...
Alec, once again, in order to call Moscow
Alex,
for the
you are going
ISS crew,
to
you
use
can
space
use
ground
space to
two.
ground 2.
To talk to Moscow.
Олег, было прерывание связи. Если делал доклады, повтори, пожалуйста.
Oleg, we had common interruption.
54, давление по манометрометру 809.
Pressure is 819.
Давление 800.
Pressure is 820. Okay, copy. 818.
Moscow station, how do you copy station?
And you can report
Yes,
energy
I
too.
copy you.
Oh,
So
correct.
this is Alexander, space to ground 2. I'm working.
Yes, you go to
On
mode
transitioning воздух to mode 4. Okay, copy. You got to go.
КВД закрыт. Открываем ККТ на 1 минуту. ККТ открыт. Нажмите отбой звука. Спасибо. Пожалуйста. Так, минута прошла.
1 minute elapsed. Closing KKT.
ККТ закрыт. Время
KKT is closed. Time 18:57.
давление по манометрометру
Pressure
0.
0.
Доклад каждую минуту.
Keep reporting every minute.
Принял.
Copy.
Так, минута прошла, давление 0.
Minute elapsed. Pressure 0.
Прошла еще одна минута, давление без изменений 0.
1 minute elapsed. The delta P is the same, 0.
Принято.
Copy. inaudible.
Moscow Station on Spacecraft Ground 2 for Alexander. Go ahead.
Да, подскажите, пожалуйста, мы переходим без выключения, да, только отключение цикла СОВ, верно?
So we do the transition without the activation, complete deactivation of воздух. Only SOAR cycle is deactivated, correct? Is this correct understanding?
1900, no change in pressure.
Олег, ну, для справки,
Copy.
после стыковки 128.
So you're talking about the left column in the procedure, Alexander? Yes,
And Alex,
that's correct.
form 2314,
Okay, so BVK 1
you have already
are on.
there on the info,
I'm looking at this column and
you have
we
the burn magnitude.
do not
Recorded.
deactivate the system as per page 3-5.
Marina,
We're just
you can talk
deactivating
to us,
SOAR
too.
cycle. Is this correct?
У нас, я так понимаю, просто работа. Олег, замер БВК. Вроде все так и есть.
Alex, the measurement.
BVK 1-2 were operating. Yes,
It is
you
0
are deactivating
for Delta
BVK and then SOAR cycle.
1 more minute remaining.
And
Yes, copy.
then
1 more
the
minute
transition
remaining.
to the mode. All right, so I do not deactivate the whole system. That's what I wanted to be confirmed. Yes, that's correct.
Олег, давай крайний замер.
Alex, the last measurement, the same value, 0. Copy. So the pressure gauge is leak tight, and now you can perform step 15.4, monitoring vestibule pressure without pressurization. Kakata is open, yes, at 1903.
В 19.04 тогда первый замер.
Okay, then first measurement can be done at 1904. Copy.
Так, минута прошла, по наманокометру давление 0.
1 minute has elapsed. The pressure per vacuum gauge is 0.
Принято.
0,4.
How copy? Yes, we copy.
Приняли. Теперь каждую минуту докладывай.
Continue reporting every minute.
Station Moscow.
1 minute.
On Space Ground 2 for Nikolai regarding the TV broadcast preparation.
Delta P is 0.
Go ahead, Space to Ground 2, Moscow. Did you call? Yes, I did. I called Nikolai regarding the preparation of TV broadcast from SM. We are ready to do the com check. Yeah, everything is ready. This is Oleg. You can do the com check. You know, Alexander is there as well in this volume. All right, copy. Could you please activate the camera?
Still 0 at the time of
both cameras in SM.
1906.
Copy.
Copy.
Copy station.
Сейчас на просушку поставим.
Inaudible.
Так, можно значение передать на 19:07.
Включена обе камеры.
Both
What is the
cameras
reading
are
for
on ON in SM.
1907?
Copy. That both cameras are on. We can see one feed
The reading is
here on the
0
ground.
at 1907. Copy.
Now you are supposed to see the second one as well.
Да, есть, видимо, второй тоже.
Yes, we are receiving the second feed as well.
Так, из ума не будем проверять?
So, are you going to do the com check from the UMA module?
Попозже, вот когда по форме 24 на 16:40.
We'll do it a little bit later at 16:40 as per form 24. Sounds good.
Так, 19:08.
At 1908, the reading is 0.
Повтори, пожалуйста.
Repeat, please.
19:08.
At 1908, the reading is 0. Copy. Standing by for the last measurement from you.
Так, Николай, добрый день, это Владимир Колганов на связи.
Nikolai, hello, this is Vladimir Kolganov on Space to Ground 2. Okay, so camera 200 feet we are seeing here. Okay, now let us prepare the mic and check the CSS. And we will also be sending the picture from the ground, the video from the ground, so that you can check the sound and everything else.
Прошла еще минута.
1 more minute elapsed. The reading, the pressure reading is still 0.
Принято. Олег, далее выполняем пункт
Copy. Oleg, now proceed to step 15.6, page 93. Copy.
Так, КВД закрыт.
Pressure equalization valve is closed.
Открыт.
Vestibule valve is open. ККТ.
Так, ну с 15:06 придется подождать немножко.
And I think we should stand by one.
Сергей, Коля вас вызывает, используя микрофон 6С. Вы его слышите, нет?
Nikolai was calling you, Sergey, using the mic via CSS. Did you copy him? No, for some reason we did not. Stand by one.
Если можешь поставить скафандр на свое место.
Tracy, could you
We did not
throw
hear
the
you
suit
either
back
via
in its
CSS.
place?
Слышим хорошо, но...
On Space Ground 2, copy you loud and clear, but actually we cannot hear you on the mic via GSS, but we are still performing some preparatory steps.
Так скажи, когда приступишь к пункту 15.6.
Alec, please report when you start on step 15.6. Yes, I said standby, please.
Nikolai, could you please give me a count from using the mic?
Я не слышу сессии сейчас, к сожалению.
Unfortunately, we cannot hear you via GSS.
А там батарейки, все нормально?
What about the batteries in the mic itself? Could you please double check that?
Да, Николай посчитал.
Nikolai gave you a count?
Еще раз считаю.
Разбираемся.
Yes, we are investigating right now what happened.
Вот.
Are they receiving the
Are they
picture
getting
via
the video?
GSS? Yeah. Are you
Well, at
receiving
least
the video?
we can hear you.
Talking on GSS? 1, 2,
1, 2, 3. We have a black screen.
The screen is
We don't
black,
have
there
any
is
sound.
no
We don't
audio.
have anything.
Nikolai, we are receiving the audio, and we will also be receiving video very soon, hopefully. We do not copy you.
Read you at all.
I can only copy you. This is Oleg on Space to Ground 2 via the headphones.
Now we have
How do you copy MCC Moscow, Nikolai?
colorful
via
stripes on the screen.
Москвы. На связи.
Moscow, how about
Try
using for the sound?
GSS and try to give us audio. Nikolai, how do you copy us on GSS? Yeah, I copy
we
you
have
now.
sound now.
Copy you loud and
read you
clear,
loud
but
and
the
clear,
screen
but we do not
has
have
just
any video.
multicolored
We
squares
just have
on
some
it.
very colorful pretty
Okay, stand by
squares
1.
on the screen. We copy standby.
На 1 минуту.
1 minute. Copy.
I can see
I
the
can
MCC
see
Moscow, the balcony.
The main control room,
This is
the
Nikolai.
balcony,
Copy.
and
So
Capcom
Capcom
wanted to
will
talk.
probably do the com check with you as well. Stand by 1. Nikolai, so Houston will try to call you and
actually
do
that
the com
was
check.
for the station, their com check.
Standing by. Nikolai?
Олег, сообщи, когда выдашь команду, выдашь команду F6.
And please, Oleg, report to us when you send the S6 command. Yes, I'm still standing by.
Выдано.
S6, Sierra 6 command
Nikolai.
is complete.
Now you will probably see the MCC Houston
that
on your screen.
It was at the time of
Right now I'm
7:19.
seeing the balcony and MCC Moscow.
Okay,
As soon as I see
pressure
Houston,
in
I
the
will tell you.
stop, please, in the descent
Copy.
module.
716 по
And 1716 in SU. on my display?
А давление УСА?
How about an SR?
Повтори, пожалуйста.
Repeat, please.
Научный узел 716 СА 13.
813.
For SR, did you say 813? Yes, 813.
Yeah, I'm receiving the video from Houston. ISS, it's very clear.
Then proceed to step 15.
Excellent. Could you please try to call Houston now?
And this is monitoring the interseal pressure after pressurization of the vestibule. Yes, we are going to start the suit drying now.
Прием.
Copy.
Третий скафандр стал на просушку 1917.
At 1917, suit
Nikolai, so
number 3
everything is great. Thank you so
has
much.
started drying.
So you can deactivate both cameras and the mic as well? The monitor, the speakers, because you are not going to
Repeat, please.
need
Alep.
them right now. So let us do the com check in the
Tracy's
UMMA
suit was put
node.
for drying.
Yes, I'm
1970.
translating to
Copy.
UMMA. Yes, on space ground too. Okay.
Страница 94, пункт 15.
Now page 94, step 15.7.
ККС. ККС открыт.
Open the KKS valve. It is now open at 1918.
Мало на один. И потом посади свой ложемент и пристегни.
Олег, первый.
And Tracy, after this, your
Малый полости.
seat liner and buckle. And Alex, next pressure
16. 700.
716 in SU.
Принято. Следующий через минуту.
Copy next measurement in 1 minute.
Время пошло.
Counting down.
Moscow Station on space to ground 2. Nikolai, you can activate the camera right now.
И я сейчас с ними нахожусь.
Camera is on. Okay. Standby 1. We will do the switch over for the camera. Okay. Standing by.
Подход Г2.
Moscow Station
У нас планируется открыть.
on space to ground 2. How soon is the hatch opening will happen?
In the docking assembly. Copy.
They are now doing the leak check of the interface, so probably it will be as planned, 1740.
Минута прошла. Давление 717.
After 1 minute, the pressure is 717 in SU. Docking assembly.
Принято.
Copy.
И крайний замер.
Last measurement.
Понял, было прерывание.
Repeat your last.
Крайний замер.
Last measurement is 717 at
Принято.
1722.
Отметь себе, что к пункту 15.8 мы должны приступить в 19.25. Сейчас закрою.
Please make a note that you have to start step 15.8 at 1925. Copy that, and the KKS valve, the interseal pressure monitoring valve, is now closed.
15.25.
And what time did you say?
Верно? Да.
Inaudible.
Понял.
That is correct.
2 минуты. 2,5.
Now standing by for 2.5 minutes.
Спасибо.
Yes, understood, and thank you.
Москву Казбеку. Время 19:20.
Moscow at 1925 now. This is Kazbeki. Pressure equalization valve is closed. Opening the KKT valve, the vestibule valve, yes.
Открыли ККТ.
KKT is now open. The vestibule valve.
Давай первый замер.
And the first measurement, please, with the time.
Сейчас 30 секунд подождем.
Let's wait 30 seconds.
Сначала скафандра Марины.
Marina's suit started drying at 1925.
Принято.
Copy. How copy?
Время стружки скафандра приняли, Олег.
Yes, Oleg, we copied the suit drying start time. Pressure 7 to 2 at 1926. Copy that. Next measurement in 5 minutes. And you may now proceed to doffing your suit. Copy.
Moscow Station, space to ground 2. Go ahead.
По проверке связи так и не понял, вы получили картинку или нет, или вы все еще занимаетесь?
I am not clear if you are receiving the video from the com check or you're still busy.
Мы пока еще на земле, Арвин, не закончили выдачу команд.
Well, we have not completed our commanding on the ground. Okay. Well, we are LOS on the KU band, so I'm going to come back when we are going to get KU band back.
Поэтому мы, скорее всего, вас в ШСС будем вызывать.
Very shortly we're going to have ШСС, so we will be calling you on the ШСС.
ЦУП Москвы.
Okay.
Moscow, 5 minutes elapsed.
Copy.
Pressure is 722, how copy?
Press button 2 on the com panel to get to the ШСС.
722, copy all. Next measurement in 5 minutes.
ШСС should be on line 2. Okay.
Николай, вот мне подсказывают только в СГ-2 из зума, так что не будет у нас связи, похоже.
Oleg, the specialists are saying that only space to ground can be used for Zoom, so no joy on ШСС.
Я принял. Хорошо, тогда
Copy. Camp order is on. It will stay on. I will be in the SM. Let me know when you're getting the image, and we will pick up from there.
Okay.
Nikolai, sounds good. We will be monitoring for the image, and we'll be calling you on the ШСС. Copy. We'll be standing by.
That's correct. Wait till we give you the go.
I'll be waiting for your go.
Station Houston on 1, 5 seconds from the LOS. Unfortunately, we're going to have to get to the PWD on the other side of the LOS. Apologies.
Kazbek, it's по Москвы.
Kazbek, Mission Control Moscow. Kazbek, Mission Control Moscow.
Echo on GSS for Nikolai. Go ahead on GSS. Nikolai, we're getting the image. Everything is fine. However, in the meantime, you can shut down the camcorder in order to save the battery. Here's the plan. We'll be working from the node module on Space to Ground 2. The voice loop will be for the COM during the hatch opening. So, GSS COM will be from the service module. Affirmative, but please set up a backup arrangement for the MPEG. This has been done. Oh, wonderful. Headsets too? Affirmative. Okay, so we'll be calling you a few minutes prior so that we can make all the preps. Copy.
Yeah.
Казбеки ЦУПа Москвы.
Casbex, Mission Control Moscow.
Большое прерывание связи.
We had a long LOS. We can copy you now.
На 19:41.
At the moment of 1941, the pressure was standing by another measurement at 1946 in 2 minutes. Did you say previously was it 742 at 1941? That is correct. Copy.
Давай тогда на 19:46.
All right. Now give me the value at 1946.
19:46.
At the time of 1946, the pressure is 721.5.
Так, следующий замер 19:50.
Next measurement at 1951. Copy.
Саша МКС Москвы в канале.
Station Moscow, Spacecraft 2. For the MLM Electron Ops.
Что, Москву звали?
Moscow, you were calling?
Да, просьба в электроне МЛМ
Yes.
перевести 32 ампера.
Please switch MLM Electron to 32 ampere mode.
Спасибо.
Will do. Thank you.
Казбек, он на время 19.
Kazbek, Moscow Kazbek, 721.5. That's the pressure at 1751. Next measurement will be at 1756, and this is the final measurement for this session. Copy.
Station Houston on Space to Ground 1 for Matt and all other USOS. PWD is available.
Что, Москва звонил?
Moscow Station, Space to Ground 2.
Связи у вас Г2.
Go ahead, Space to Ground 2.
Сергей, электрон МЛМ в 32 амперах.
Sergey, the MLM Electron is in the 32 amp mode. Copy. Thank you.
Там расчет, во сколько мы будем открывать люк?
What's the current time for hatch opening? Per the plan or a little bit earlier?
Информации нет, но я так понимаю,
Олег.
заранее.
I don't have this information yet, but we will let you know in advance.
Чтобы все собрались, поэтому...
Right. We need some time to get everyone together, so give us a heads up about 10 minutes prior. Okay, we will do that. Station Moscow, Spacecraft 2 for WebECA. Go ahead.
Ребята, отключите ППК, пожалуйста.
Please shut down WebECA condensate processor. Copy 1656 WebECA. Copy 56.
Alright, let's close KKT. Pressure copy. KKT is closed.
Принято, Олег.
Copy, Oleg.
По странице 90.
Work for page 96, step 15, 9.3. Accelerate the pressure equalization between the vehicle and the orbital module with the crew present. Did you copy? Yes. Page 96. 1593.
Значит, Олег, да, в
Oleg,
орбитальном блоке
pressure and
733 миллиметра.
orbital compartment is 735.
Так, принял, 735.
Copy 735.
Да, все верно. Закрываем РПВ-1.
Close RPV-1.
Марин, закрой РПВ-1.
Marine, please close RPV-1.
Так, Игнат, я сейчас...
Ignat?
Да, повтори, что?
Please repeat.
Сейчас Марина закроет РПВ-1.
Marina is about to close RPV-1.
Будет команду F5, через минуту.
I will go down to send F5 and then F6 in 1 minute. All correct. Copy. And next, we'll be waiting for the hatch opening on the station side.
Принял.
Copy.
F5 выдано.
F5 sent
1958.30.
at 19:58:30. LED is illuminated. Copy.
Принято. Команда S6 выдана.
S6, Sierra 6 command has been sent. Copy that. Standing by for a Soyuz hatch opening.
Хорошо.
Hatch between the Soyuz and the station. Copy. Standing by.
Так, ждем, сейчас должны открыть люк станционный.
Station hatch should be open soon. We are standing by.
Олег, у нас пока есть,
Oleg,
у нас пока есть время, я тебе
while we have time,
рассказываю, значит,
I wanted to say,
дальше будете вы после уже открытия люка,
after hatch opening,
консервацию,
you will be deactivating the Soyuz,
работать по книге «Орбитальный полет».
and it will be orbital flight, page 25 to 38, step 4.
38.
35 to 38, you said? No, 25 to 38. And step 4. Please make a note. Orbital flight, page 35 to 38. No, 25, 25 to 38. These are the pages. Copy that. Also, do not deactivate gas analyzer. Step 4.5 do not work that step.
Ground 2 for hatch opening.
4.5 не выполняем.
4.5 do not execute. Copy. Next. From MRM2, transfer the pressurization unit and number 18.
We are almost ready. You can go to the node
Benpe
module
number,
and we
which
will
one?
be starting
18.
to get ready
1-8.
for the TV event.
1-8.
Okay, let me
Benpe 1-8. Copy. And transfer the R4 filter and also 3 masks, gas masks, IPK. From MRM2. No, from the node module, from the node module. Transfer the R4 filter and 3 gas masks behind panel 202.
Moscow on Spacecraft for Nikolai for the video event.
Panel 202 in MLM, yes? No, Oleg. And repeat please, just in case I misheard you. You said this is MLM, panel 202? Yes, that is correct. Copy. And in the SA, P4 cartridge should be replaced with cartridge P6, the purification cartridge. In the descent module, SA, P4 replaced with P6. Copy. And in BO, do not do this R&R. Copy that. And transfer your suit for drying to Soyuz 755.
12, correct? Hatch opening from the ISS side. Negative.
Copy.
First, we need to turn on the camera so that we can confirm picture image on the ground. Well, what are you going to see on that picture? We can all
So you copied about your
gather
suit.
there and then wait.
Have a go to transfer it for drying to Soyuz
you can actually
755.
start with
Copy.
the hatch opening. Okay, copy.
Готовы.
Ready?
Получится сумку с принадлежностями стыковочного агрегата. Да, это тоже убрать потом.
The docking assembly accessories bag, we will deal with it later.
Снимаем картинку из СГ-2.
We We are seeing the image, and we copy you on space ground. Sergey,
It's a white
driver
color.
go to open pressure equalization valve. Stand by 1.
Did you copy? Breaking up. This is a white color kit with SSVP accessories, docking and internal transfer system accessories. It should be right there. White, again, white color.
Oleg, looks like BEV is closed. Please open it manually. It's not really closed, it's in electrical control mode. Copy. Please open it manually.
Okay, 2 here.
BEV is open. No
I
hissing
did
sound.
retrieve it. It was somewhere
Okay,
on the outside.
can we open the hatch?
Or maybe you stowed it here
Yes,
somewhere.
you are go to open the hatch.
Again, white color.
Олег,
Oleg,
можно приступать к действиям в рамке.
you may start on the activities in the underlined
We
square.
see hatch open, thank you.
The station hatch is now open. Copy. Starting.
ККТ открыт.
The KKT valve is open. Copy.
Открываем КВД и контролируем.
Open the pressure equalization valve and monitor pressure equalization.
КВД открыт.
The pressure equalization valve is open.
Видел сейчас, блядь.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're on the air just a few minutes earlier than had been expected, since the crew on board the International Space Station and at the other side of the hatch interface aboard Soyuz transit from the launch pad of the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan that began with their launch on Saturday morning atop the Soyuz 2.1A booster. The hatch on the station side of the docking interface is open. We're just waiting for the opening of the Soyuz hatch. Again, all of this happening a few minutes ahead of schedule, since the crew has been extremely efficient in conducting their leak checks post-docking and the pressurization of the vestibule to equalize pressure at both sides of the docking interface. Once the Soyuz hatch is opened and Dyson, Novitsky, and Vasilevskaya come on board to hugs and handshakes with the Expedition 70 crew, they'll move into the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks from officials gathered on the balcony at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside Moscow. Once that's complete, the 10 crew members will gather for a safety briefing, which is commonplace to make sure the newly arrived trio know all of the evacuation routes and all of the evacuation and safety procedures associated with the arrival of any crew that comes on board the International Space Station. This is nothing new for Tracy Dyson, who is about to enter the station for the 3rd time in her career, and Novitsky, who is about to enter the station for the 4th time in his career. Vasilevskaya, of course, flying as a spaceflight participant under an intergovernmental agreement between Roscosmos and Belarus, is a first-time flyer. She and Novitsky will be on board the station for 12 days and will be returning to Earth with Laurel O'Hara, who you see in this field of view on the left side of your screen, on April 6th for a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan to wrap up for O'Hara 204 days in space.
Олег, давление
Олег, is the pressure stabilized?
And a quick view of the newly arrived Soyuz MS-25 attached to the Prishal node module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Again, that's Soyuz arriving at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time, after a perfect rendezvous and docking to the Prishal module. Greeting the Soyuz crew members, along with Kononenko, is Roscosmos cosmonauts Nikolai Chub and Alexander Grabenkin, NASA astronauts Matt Dominic, Mike Barrett, Jeanette Epps, and Laurel O'Hara. Kononenko, the Expedition 70 commander, who's right at that hatchway, is the record holder for most days in space by any human being, and on June 4th will pass the 1,000-day mark in space on this, his 5th flight into space. Again, we're standing by for the opening of the Soyuz hatch. The hatch on the station side of the docking interface between Soyuz and Prishal is open, as you can see. And right behind that Soyuz hatch, Tracy Dyson, Marina Vasilevskaya, and Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky.
Олег, какого
Олег, please report the pressure now.
The Oleg that is being referred to through the interpreter from Mission Control outside of Moscow is to Oleg Novitsky on the Soyuz side of the docking interface as they complete some final pressure checks per the procedures before that hatch will swing open, allowing the three newly arrived crew members to float on board.
Олег.
Олег,
Какое у вас давление?
what is the pressure now?
Сейчас, секунду, я звук отключал.
Stand by, please. I had the sound off.
Так, 737.
737.
Принято.
Copy.
Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at the Expedition 70 crew in the Prishal node module of the International Space Station. Oleg Kononenko, the increment commander, is at the hatchway, joined by his other crewmates, about to greet Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitsky, and Marina Vasilevskaya. Once that hatch is open, the three newly arrived crew members will float on board. It's been a little over 2 hours since they docked to Prishal at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. The 10 crew members will gather in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks that will be provided by dignitaries at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov and by spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control in Houston. They then will participate in a routine safety briefing that is typical for all newly arrived crew members before moving into a few final activities for the day. The Soyuz crew members will deactivate the Soyuz systems now that it is receiving power from the space station for the duration of its stay on board. That Soyuz MS-25 will be the ride home in September for Kononenko, Chub, and Tracy Dyson. Kononenko and Chub will be wrapping up a year-long mission aboard the station. Dyson will come home in September after a 6-month mission.
Vacuum pressure gauge. Okay.
Novitsky and Vasilevskaya will be returning home in 12 days with Laurel O'Hara of NASA, who will complete 204 days on the International Space Station. That trio will come home to a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan on Saturday, April 6th.
Принято.
Copy.
Игнат, может быть, человеческое
Ignat,
положение минимум, а то есть температура уже замучилась.
maybe I can put the switch for cooling and drying in minimum position.
Да, можно, Олег.
Will you object to that? No, we do not object to that. You have a go, Oleg.
Так, установил КР-2, положение минимум.
KR2 valve on the cooling and drying unit is now in minimum position.
Today's arrival of the Soyuz MS-25 and its crew members comes just 48 hours after the docking of the SpaceX Dragon cargo craft on the 30th commercial resupply mission to the station. The Dragon carrying some 3 tons of supplies and scientific experiments to the complex. The hatch was opened Saturday afternoon. Some of the critical cargo was unloaded over the weekend. The crew continuing to unload that cargo ship, which will spend about 5 weeks attached to the International Space Station.
BOSU hatch cover manually. Copy?
Так, и, Олег, как откроете
And as soon as you open the hatch, please stay in communication with us. Copy, will do.
Пообниматься ни с кем нельзя.
We're looking forward to lots of hugging.
Так. Олег, я тогда тебе просто наперед говорю, что надо будет тебе после открытия люка
after you open the hatch, you have to deactivate all the COM assets, remove the extension cable, put on the cap, cover the SU, and on N2, select the KSPL display on info 1 and 2.
Да, хорошо.
Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky wrapping up the configuration of a couple of the Soyuz systems as we stand by for the opening of the hatch to Soyuz and the entrance into the station of NASA's Tracy Dyson, Novitsky, and spaceflight participant Marina Vasilevskaya of Belarus. And the pressure now equalized between Soyuz and the station, so we should be seeing that hatch swing open any moment now.
Are you ready? Ladies. Ну давай, Марина, ты заходи.
Okay, come in.
Помню, куда ты его положила.
And the Soyuz hatch open at 12:26 p.m. Central Time, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time, as the station and Soyuz flew 260 miles over the South Pacific.
Come here.
Tracy, давай.
Marina Vasilevskaya first in. There is Tracy Dyson of NASA entering the station for the third time.
Да, все хорошо.
Everything's going well.
Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitsky now in. So, 2 hours and 23 minutes after docking, the station's population has swelled to 10 crew members.
Все.
Down here,
Игнат.
Ignat,
Да, на связи.
go ahead.
На связи.
Yes, go ahead.
Слушай, у нас здесь уже эта конференция видео.
The PO event is coming soon.
Moscow Station, Space to Ground 2. Go ahead.
Конференцию заниматься кораблем.
So how do you think I should deal with this?
Okay, so I can hear
Well,
Oleg is
do the
talking to you.
PO first and then
Why
go
don't you
back to
let
the
him go?
Soyuz
We'll
and
do the greeting and then
deactivate
we'll
the
do
com
the conference. Okay, sounds good. We'll do the general debrief and then the commander will do his part.
Сейчас связь отключу.
Okay, let me turn off the com.
Once again, the hatch to Soyuz opened at 12:26 p.m. Central Time. 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time, Tracy Dyson, Marina Vasilevskaya, Oleg Novitsky now on board the complex.
Go ahead.
Смотри, насколько это критично сейчас все сделать с кораблем.
How critical is it to finish everything in the Soyuz prior to the PAO event?
Иди на конференцию.
Okay, do the PAO event first, and then go back to the Soyuz.
Мы сейчас закончим быстро и вернусь обратно, все выключил. Принято, принято.
Big smile from Tracy Dyson. The crew will be gathering momentarily in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks
Concur.
from dignitaries gathered on the balcony at the Russian Mission Control Center outside Moscow and from spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control in Houston.
Сейчас проверим у вас атмосферу.
I'm going to check on your side now. Moscow Station on Space Ground 2.
Связи ВСГ-2.
Go ahead on Space Ground 2. This is Nikolai. So I am deactivating the camera in Yes, your go. And activate it in SM. Copy.
And there's a view from the balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov. Again, the crew is on board. They'll be conducting a welcoming ceremony, if you will, along with welcoming remarks from both Moscow and here in Houston before pressing ahead with the rest of their workday, which will include a safety briefing for the crew members on board. That is typical. And then a few other activities associated with deactivating Soyuz systems, drying out their Sokol launch and entry suits that they rode this morning to a textbook rendezvous and docking to the station, with docking occurring at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. This is Mission Control Houston, a view of the newly arrived Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft attached to the Prashal node module. As the station flies 260 miles over the South Pacific, it was a flawless rendezvous and docking just about 2.5 hours ago, and with no issues associated with any systems on the Soyuz or the station. Leak checks were conducted. The vestibule, the passageway, if you will, between Soyuz and Prashal was pressurized, leading to the opening of the hatch just a few minutes ago at 12:26 p.m. Central, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time. The 10 crew members now in the process of gathering in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks.
Сопосков анализ Г1.
One.
Связи у вас Г1.
Go ahead.
Сергей, мы готовы, мы все в СМ. Вы нас в 6С не видите, не слышите?
Sergey, we are in SM, all of us together. So you, do you see us or hear? Well, yeah, actually we are receiving the video via SHSS now.
У нас пока шахматная доска цветная.
We just have the settings screen, seeing the squares on the screen. Both cameras are on ON. Sounds good?
Ты скажешь, когда тебя в 6С вызвать?
Please tell us when you will be ready and we will be able to use the mic. Yes, of course, we will do that.
Давай, мы в ожидании.
Yes, we are standing by.
So we are standing by for the beginning of the welcoming remarks, and in front, of course, you see Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitsky, and Marina Vasilevskaya.
Moscow Station, Space Ground 1, we are seeing the guys on the balcony at MCC Moscow. Copy.
Нет, попробуйте еще раз 6С, Олег, попробуй 6С еще.
Олег, try again to call us via SHSS.
Нет, пока не слышно микрофон.
No, unfortunately, we cannot hear you via mic. 1, 2, 3, how do you copy me on SHSS? No, unfortunately, we cannot hear you via mic. 123, how do you copy me on GSS?
Юрий Павлович, как слышите нас?
Yuri Pavlovich, how can you
how
hear
do you
us?
copy us?
Ребята, добрый день.
Hello, guys.
Рада видеть вас.
We are so glad to see you all
Здравия, да.
in great health and in good spirits.
Прекрасная половина экипажа FP-25.
And we have
Ну и,
a wonderful half of our crew.
коллеги американские астронавты.
We have our US
Вот. Ну, опять же,
crew members,
Александр, Олег.
everyone on the Russian segment,
Говорится, мы наконец-то
Nikolai, Alexander,
первого
Oleg.
раза, но тем не менее.
So
Вот. Очень
we have arrived, not from the
Вот.
first attempt, but we are here.
Вернулись с Байконура. Вот. Летели.
We did a good job.
Сегодня
We had a good mission.
хорошо отработал весь
And
экипаж.
today, the entire crew
Рада вас видеть.
worked
Времени у
wonderfully.
вас будет
We are
совсем
so happy
мало,
to
до
see everyone.
апреля работы очень много.
And
Ну, я думаю, что
until
не
April
хорошо и
6th,
быстро
you
пролетят.
won't have too much time. You have a very intense schedule,
Может, друг другу это так.
but
Вот.
hopefully
Я сильно не буду задерживать ваше
you'll
внимание.
get along very well together.
Николай,
I will not take too much of your time,
а потом вот Настя.
and I'll just pass the mic to the other
Здравствуйте,
speaker.
друзья.
Good morning, good
Марина,
hello,
Олег,
friends.
Трести, весь экипаж МКС.
Marina, Oleg,
Американские
Tracy, and the rest of the crew, our dear American colleagues. We are so happy to see you. We are happy to see you smile.
Вы сделали всё так,
You're,
как надо. Весь
you've done great.
технически на земле.
All the ground support crew is so proud of you.
Работу. И вот с такими
You've
милыми,
done a great job.
появились перед
And now, with those smiling, happy
Я
faces,
вам желаю
you're right here in front of us. We wish you a great stay on board the International Space Station. We hope that it is comfortable for you, that you enjoy it, that you make new friends.
вот такие мужественные, как
You
стоят
are a great
за
team,
вашими спинами.
and
Просто у
you're all great.
много, а слова теряются, столько волнения.
I want to say a lot of things, but I'm
Красивый белорусский
kind
флаг.
of left speechless by the whole awesomeness of you.
Это очень радостно.
Marina,
Это большая гордость.
welcome aboard.
И первая
We are so proud of you being here.
большая гордость для нас.
It is our pride and joy to have you on board the International Space Station.
Будем
All the best to you, and we will be
будем с вами.
supporting you from the ground.
Вы в космосе. Будем
You'll be in space, and we'll be on the ground
в течение,
giving you
пребывания на станции
all of our support. And hopefully we'll have another chance to speak while you're on the station. All the best to you. Tracy, Marina, Oleg, and others, I am so glad to see you on board the International Space Station. We were all keeping our fingers crossed for you. And when we saw you on board, Marina, you opened the door to Belarus to be in space. So have a great and safe mission. Enjoy your work, enjoy your time off. We are so proud of you. The whole people of Belarus is proud of you.
Всем привет.
Hello, all.
Привет, привет. Слышно нас?
Hello, can you hear us? Yes. Do you know who is speaking to you? Have you recognized my voice? Well, we see you actually. All of you. We are so happy that you're here supporting us. Hopefully, we didn't make you wait for too long. A couple of days, right? Well, we are so happy that you've made it to the station. We were kind of worried. So why are you not holding any tigers here? Well, apparently we're supposed to bring tigers.
Вы с Элен.
Well, you are here with Elen.
Понятно. То есть
So we would like to offer our congratulations to you from all of us with the successful trip to the International Space Station. You've made it, and we are so happy for you. It is just incredible joy that we are here and we have an opportunity to talk to you. Thank you so very much.
If you would like, we can translate it. Нам переводчик не нужен, все очень хорошо знают.
We don't need an interpreter here. Everyone knows Russian pretty well amongst us.
Тогда передаю брату трубку.
Well then, let me pass the mic to the brother. Well, hello, friends. I offer my congratulations to all of you with arrival to the International Space Station. It is a great holiday in Belarus today. We've been on rooting for Marina, and we are so happy that this historic event has finally occurred. We wish you all to have a great time on board the station, have a successful mission, and when you are back to the ground, we will be waiting for you in the big Moscow circus with all your families. So all the best to you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Ivan Nikolaevich. Can someone else hear us? I don't know. I think that the MCC Moscow hears us. Ivan Nikolaevich, I'm so happy that Belarus has made it safely and soundly to the International Space Station. It took us 2 days, but we are in great spirits, and I'm super happy that it went this way. I loved all the aspects of it. So we've arrived to the stars. We are so happy that you are supporting us. It's a great pleasure to us and brings strength to us. Thank you very much for being here supporting us.
Is there an interpreter?
I don't know.
Только по-английски, but
I will be speaking English.
To be here, and we are so grateful for everybody that has helped us get to this point, both through training and execution. And it's great to see all of you sitting there, and we look forward to executing this mission together. Thanks.
Очень приятно видеть вас.
Well, we are so happy to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here, talking to us. Nikolai, Oleg, and all the rest of the crew, you guys have a very intense work schedule, so all the best. We will not keep you waiting, so have a great day. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Houston Station on ISS.
And station, this is Houston. We have a few words from the Houston team. Oleg, welcome back to your second home. We are happy to see you on the station once again.
Oleg, welcome back to your second home.
I've joined a special group of individuals. Enjoy the experience, and may you inspire more people to do amazing things.
Enjoy the experience, and may you inspire more people to do
Tracy,
amazing things.
it's so great to see your smiling face back on ISS. Everyone here in Houston, including your family and friends in the viewing room, are beaming with pride watching the screen. I'm honored to represent so many folks who care deeply about you and say welcome back to the ISS. Your dedication and hard work is steadfast, and even through the surprises that come your way, but we know that difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. On behalf of the console team, increment team, and your training team, congratulations on your launch and docking to one of the one-of-a-kind International Space Station.
Congratulations on your launch and docking to one of the one-of-a-kind International Space Station.
Kose, thank you so much for those words, and thank you for everyone there in Mission Control in Houston, the flight control team, the team in the back room, and everybody there in the viewing room. This has been an incredible journey, one that we weren't quite expecting to last so long in free flight, but we're grateful for the time together because we know now that we're here, we're going to get started with some work. So it's great to be here. It's great to be working with all of you, and we're just thankful for all of your support.
See you guys up there. Enjoy your night. Bye, guys.
And thus concludes the docking and welcome ceremony on board the International Space Station. 3 new crew members on board with Soyuz MS-25 successfully having docked just over 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. The station's going to go through one last handover. It's been a busy month so far as the Soyuz MS-24 crew prepares to depart on Monday, April 1st. Undock is currently scheduled for 9:55 p.m. Eastern, and we hope you'll join us back here for full live coverage of that. But in the meantime, we've got a few launches coming up in between now and then, but the most important one, the final flight of Delta IV Heavy. So if you haven't yet, make sure you engage that subscribe button so you never miss another live launch coverage, docking, undocking, or return to Earth. Because here at the Launchpad, it's our mission to inform and inspire the explorers of tomorrow. On behalf of the entire TLP crew, thank you so much for joining us for our live launch through docking coverage of Soyuz MS-25, and we'll see you next time because space is better together.